Sioux Bee Honey is expanding operations and bringing more jobs to Sioux City.
That's right. It's a $130 million capital investment in Siouxland and some big news for the locally owned business. Let's walk you through the details tonight. The honeymaker says it's outgrown its longtime facilities at 6th Street and Lewis Boulevard. So moving forward, its plan now includes buying an existing warehouse on Expedition Drive near Sioux Gateway Airport and then the adjacent property. Now, renovations would then be made to office space in the new location. A new processing plant and raw goods warehouse would be built on that adjacent property. Sioux Honey's Anaheim, California operation will then relocate to Sioux City, bringing more employees and jobs to the city.
Now, Sioux City City Council is voting on a funding agreement for this expansion tonight.
That's right. KTV's Gabriela Quinones sat down with the CEO of Sioux Honey Association today. She joins us live in studio tonight with more. So what can you tell us, Gabriela? What does this mean for the company and Sioux City?
So Kevin Heger told me that they have been contemplating a relocation of the facility for some time now. It's a process that started with the closure of the Anaheim, California location back in April. He says from a business perspective, it just made sense to consolidate operations and bring it back to Sioux City. With the consolidation, the Sioux City location needed more space to grow. The location on Expedition Court is nearly 30 acres. That's more than 3 times the size of their current location on Lewis Boulevard. It will provide Sioux Honey with a larger warehouse, production facility, and new corporate offices, while also offering space to grow even more in the future. The current location on Lewis Boulevard will eventually be put on the market and sold. Sioux Honey says they estimate the plan will create 39 new jobs in Sioux City. This includes plant and corporate jobs.
All of our current Sioux City staff will remain in place, as well as additions to replace the warehouse people that currently exist in Anaheim as well. And corporate staff-wise, as we continue to grow our brands, we continue to grow in other items with different customer-focusing labels that will allow us to bring more of our staff in and expand our business.
Heger says it was important to keep operations in Sioux City, where the association began more than a century ago in 1921.
We were founded here with 5 beekeepers and marketing their honey. Today we are over 200 beekeepers. We represent close to 30% of the honey produced. This has been our home from day one. It was important to me that we try to remain in Siouxland, and I'm very happy to say that we chose Iowa to stay where we were founded.
Over the next few months, a project engineer will plan and design what the new processing facility and expanded warehouse will look like. Over the course of the next 12 months, the association will start making decisions on when construction of the new processing facility and warehouse can begin. Heger says the existing warehouse is occupied until 2027, so they can't do a lot with the facility until the lease is up.
All right, KTV's Gabriela Quinones is live in studio for us tonight with the information. Gabriela, thanks.